What's up, gentlemen and ladies? Welcome to the brand new episodes of stories, like online comics, basically. It's like the recap of what happened thing. Well, and this is a custom stories, so yeah. So we're to start things off with a destroyer storyline. Well, his name, or so the character's name in this what if is, or in, sorry, in this storyline, the guy that was from from the what if video that was before this video came out had this same body structure, but so Zuko, so Destroyer is basically is a brother of, let me tell you the number. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. There was 10, 10, like, siblings. He's the 11th one. They named him Destroyer because he likes to destroy things. Not on purpose. Accidental. But sometimes, yeah. But he was born with 3 unique skills. Infinity, Zero, and the Fear Run. Like basically what I'm trying to say, fear and run. The Fear Run is effective against evil spirits and monsters. Basically it's a bug repellent for monsters and evil spirits. And how it gets leveled up, it will be, you'll know when it gets leveled up. I'll say it. So him and his siblings, or his siblings always doesn't get along with each other's. They always tell him, or basically bossing him around, because he was the youngest one, and everybody was at level 10 to 100. Yeah, the youngest is level 1, super youngest one. That is the Destroyer. Yeah, he ends up being, and plus he's glad that his sisters are basically bossing him around, but they are actually leveling his skills up, or his skill up to to the max level. So his skill, before they checked his skill level thing for fear and the fear before, and plus he gains new skills when he for, I'm trying to think of a word, from his fear run. Basically, every time that a skill gets upgraded to, like, the next level, like, basically yeah. But his sisters actually gave him, or they are upgrading his skills his skill to the max level. So his skill is already at max level. So it's already went through, like, most of his life. Or beginning life, should I say. And it's at max level, so yeah. Of infinite amount. So he has, because he upgraded his skill thing to the very max, he got all these other skills. He got endless amount. And because of Infinity Power Heart, it basically makes all the other skills all the way towards max too. So, but no one knows about it until, yeah. So, he just, because it was under a lot of stress because of his siblings, but his sister, or no, his father, like basically betrays him too, plus his mother. So he left because he doesn't want to deal with pain. So he became an adventurer. So he became, like, he was walking around. He went to the guild hall, not guild hall, the Adventurers Hall thing that was in another country. And he became an adventurer after he... So everybody, like, was like, okay, he's a weakling. But let me tell you, his actual level without his skills he is at level 1. So he basically has full max out on the skills because, yeah. So then, not even a dragon can even, or a demon princess could even get near him. But plus it stays that way. So, but everyone else, like all the humans, doesn't even get affected by it. So he joins a random party. Or actually, he went by himself. And he's in D ranked. And he shows up. And all the monsters weren't even coming close to him. They're all, like, running away. As he throws his sword. And killed one of them. And his level of his own, like, without, his level actually tripled, like, to endless amount. What his What? Because one of the maxed out skills that he has called One Shot. And it never misses, and basically, plus One Shot mixed with another skill that he has is Quick Level. So Quick Level, basically, every time he hits something, his level goes up by a lot. Like, because it's maxed out, when he hit the one monster, he became so maxed out that even like his body upgraded to what you see before you. First he was like, do you see where his kneecaps thing, or not kneecaps, like right where his hand is? Like where his knuckles part is? Yeah. He was like that half before. But when he was like cartooning himself. But when he got leveled up to max level, he became a full-sized adult. Oh. It was pretty fast for him. And because Guildhall, he actually killed more monsters. He converted all of those into his stats. So he went from D tier to Infinity S. Basically what it means is he is above S class. Above everything. So he can do all of the missions without breaking a sweat. So he joined the group and he was getting used to working with others. As no one knew what stats he had. So they always called him loser and they don't need him anymore. And so my guy's like, that's funny. Peace out, y'all. So then he leaves. So, yeah. So then he killed a lot of monsters and a lot of, like, villains things. And because he was a Infinity S class one, it was a new type. They don't know how to deal with it. So he basically killed all the monsters, including demons and, yeah. Plus, he unlocked a new skill called, or he actually had this skill before called Level Up. So when he did that, he went even further before learn. So his level used to be like before, like when he was just a kid, his siblings always like tells him everything. that was when he was at level 1. So now he's at max level, but because of level up thing, is different from quick level. So level up, basically, it's like evolution. So he went from, so he basically evolved into a more of a stronger and much more, he basically became, as everyone feared him. Everyone was scared of his powers, of his unique skill. Infinity and Zero. So, but there was one that was basically, there was one demon princess that basically the and she was a level boss monster. And yeah, but she had a crush on the no comment. Sorry, I almost walked into that. So because yeah, so the princess she sees destroy her as her own boyfriend, basically. And he loves him because she's a level boss, but she's weaker than him because he's actually, even if he walks up to her and slays her, she's dead no matter what in one hit. So she decides to visit, not as a demon boss thing or level boss, but as the little innocent girl, or a girl. And she finally meets him. As he's so calm. He talks such a calm voice. Yes, as as everyone is still like out of the bar because when he was there, he scared everyone. So when she asks him, because her entire body was telling her to run, but she got closer. Her to Ling. And she introduces herself as he's not drunk. He's because his unique skill clear is actually his. It keeps him like silver. Basically, he's not affected by. It turns the beer to him into wine, or no, turns his beer into water. So he drinks. So yeah. So Zuko basically, or no. So Destroyer says, "Huh." As he says, "I'm Destroyer, but my official title is Destroyer of Flames." And so then she basically invited him to the castle where she basically owns. As he says, sure. As the. So then he shows up. As she gets ready, she wasn't going to ambush him, but he was in a dress, wedding dress, or not wedding dress. Not yet, though, because she was in her, like, dress outfit, but she wants to test, or she doesn't want to test his abilities because she doesn't want to die from that. So, he walks in, and she basically, like, at a, basically a restaurant thing, and, like, make it fancy. And so the boss level, or no, so level boss, basically, or boss level, and a destroyer, basically, or the Infinity S hero, is having dinner thing. As she tells him, or as she tells him, how do you feel about dating? As he didn't like spit out, he's like, been fighting for most of my life. I never had that thought cross my mind. As she's so happy to, like, she basically is happy to hear that from someone that's, and so they were dating, and yeah, she gets married, or so long time has passed. He did defeat all the monsters that were, yeah, so then so one of the monsters that was, like, with her at a time says, "Are you sure you're dating a hero that could kill us with one hit?" Yes. The just keep him alive. I don't want him to die, and I don't want my own heart to be broken. Okay? And her all still, as she is basically thinking about, like, how would the wedding plans things for, because that was a couple. So yeah, weeks ago, or let's say 2 years ago, and they finally, yeah, she finally confessed, and so they got married, and as the girl finally confessed her, like, who she is, like her boss level thing. She's a level boss thing. And her, yeah, is he didn't know that the theme basically her own, but he wasn't surprised at all. He didn't even care if he was a, or if she was a boss, basically a boss monster or a human. He didn't care. He never thought of like dating a monster before. So, um, so basically, so the boss, or so the demon girl or demon princess, finally he has a husband because that cares about her. Because most of the husbands that were, or most boys that try to date her is for like out of greed or hatred. But no, he doesn't need the greed or hatred or anything like that. He never thought that the, yeah. So so both kingdoms of her kingdom and his was now joined. So they basically joined forces. As he doesn't want to properly introduce her to the parents of, or no, to when the monsters were basically wasn't attacking the kingdom, but they were attacking everyone else's. As they're like, oh, seems like it's been 3 years since we ever seen a monster or villains. Maybe something happened and we don't know. Maybe a destroyer destroyed them all and they went into hiding or something. So yeah. So then and plus I forgot to mention this is also episode 1. So of this, I'm gonna do one for when I feel like it. Okay, so I know you guys are probably like gonna comment like, can we have episode 2? So in this episode 1 is basically all about Destroyer here, and the basically, yeah. So when a couple more days have passed and she actually gave birth to of twins, one boy and one girl. And they both had, so if they wanted to, they could always go down like their mother's route of basically become a boss monster, if because that's a unique skill. Boss rush skill. And yeah. So heroes like came in so the king, or actually Destroyer's dad, should I say, came to like investigate what is going on with the, because it's been like 20 years. So what's going on? As she's like, oh, as he tells, or as she tells the king that the different country that or that we're in a as agreement thing, or should I say, we're now at peace. What do you mean? Us humans still fight huge. Oh, I wouldn't say all of the humans were like basically, but I have my trader, or not trader, my love is now satisfied. You know who I picked? As the king of the different country says, who did you pick? Oh, let me bring him out. Come on out, husband. As he comes out, but not in shackles or wrist things. As his father was surprised because the destroyer of flames, my own son? Hun, you chose him? Yes. Because as both of them kissed, and yeah, as her husband, the destroyer thing, tells her that I already put the kids away, and put them to bed. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. But how? He's only at level 1. As because she knows that she did do the level scan, and the level for him was actually max level. You must be mistaken. Check his levels again. And when the destroyer, or here's his dad, looks at his son's level before, or he did a side by side, as his dad's like, Holy crud, how did he get the infinity level? And she's like, huh, you didn't know that about him. Because you were too busy with actually. And she already knew that his own parents and his siblings were actually leveling him up, or his unique skill home. As he said, or as she says, I know that you leveled your son up as your because his sisters and of course was leveling him up. So good job on it. So then So they looked at his skills and the king was like, holy crud. He has every power or every skill in the entire universe. But how is that possible? As the now as she says, now excuse me. I'm gonna go home, rest. Uh, as as he says, I'll be right there too. Okay. So she goes to bed. As the king's like, we wanted you back because you're the only one. Or I can't believe we were so blinded by your level. Oh, and but your skills were are all maxed out. Yes. And now, so then so then the level infinity, and plus, because he was the adventurer, he could do anything. Or, yeah, what I mean is basically he is leveled up to like Infinity S. So he can do anything. What I mean by that is basically the boss level characters like her. Sorry. So, yeah. The, yeah. So, and that was a recording of like, someone else's voice. So, yeah. So, and, yeah. So, please leave a like, share, subscribe. And, yeah. So, peace out. So, before we go, yeah. And the story moves on, but because that interruption, I will make episode 2 month, and I'll go check who it what, or I'll go check the why. Okay, so now, oh yeah, so let's continue. So before we go, so after they had conversation and Destroyer of Flames was as the big, or so he lays with his wife, and her actual, like, she was a demon princess, but she was also called she had two titles. Demon Princess is one, and the Queen of Nice. Or no, Queen of Love. Yeah. So she basically was both. She has both titles. So then when her parents, or so when she loved her boyfriend, or her husband, and she also loved her kids. And the monster kids, or so monsters that serve them, also protects the kids from any harm. So the villains were like, okay, we're done. So, yeah. So there was peace among the world. Because he actually, when she told him about, like, all she wanted was to find a boyfriend for herself. But she now has one. And, yeah. Basically, she basically became so she's a happy girl. Oh. And her husband is also happy that he doesn't have to fight or anything like that. And the other adventurers are like, man. They did mock him about, like, him being a loser and he lost to the level monster thing, or boss monster. But she basically, as he walks away, as because his wife could sense when he gets, like, he's trying not to be angry. You know what she did? Because one of their tasks was to kill her, or quests was to kill her. But then so when he basically was ready for it, as she kills all the adventurers, or like all three adventurers, and putting, yeah, even like basically killed two of them. So the wizard one over here and the guy right there, but they turned her into a slave, basically. And a breeder, basically. Yeah. You do not want to know what terrible tasks that she had. And to give him for, or give her to. So, yeah. It was terrifying. And plus made her even babysit her own kids. Like, basically that girl got forced to babysit her kids. The demon princess's his kids. Yeah. Imagine, yeah. All three of them are no longer adventurers, and they don't have a group anymore because she killed rest of them except for one. And yeah. So now this is going to be the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment. Yeah. And in episode 2, I'll be going over a almost similar to this, but it's similar. So yeah. And don't worry, this is all just a custom storyline, so the comics things. So peace out, y'all. Peace.